Hey buddy, this is Collin, and I wanna thank you for stopping by my channel. So, today I thought I'd bring you a clip of the Tier 7 new Japanese gunboat Shiratsuyu, or SHIT for short, as I like to call it. So the SHIT is pretty much dash it. I mean, this is a pretty epic boat, as I talked about in my last video upload. This is one of the new gunboats, as I mentioned before, and it's a bit odd ship to be sitting on the Tier 7 gunboat line, because it has some decent guns. They are totally okay, but it feels definitely more like a torp boat, because it has great concealment. With the Tier 5 captain skill, you can get the concealment down to 5.8, which is really great concealment. And then you have 2x4 torp launchers. So you can launch 2 sets of 4 torps. But then if you check down below the consumable far right, and that is the new consumable from this latest patch, and that is torp reload consumable, which means that you can fire off your 8 first torps, you can hit that consumable, and that will make your torp reload in 5 seconds. So in 5 seconds time you have effectively fired off 16 torps that packs a punch and goes out to 10 kilometers. And I mean, that is just really frightening, because that's 1 torp more than you can launch in the Tier 10 Shimakase. So 16 torps in 5 seconds, that's a pretty decent torp wall. And considering that you can be facing off against Tier 5 battleships, pretty new players to the game, then, well, that can be quite a deal breaker. So I really enjoy this ship. I think it's really great. I get my first kill on this Benson, who pushed in bravely into this cap. Now me and this other friendly Benson is trying to hold this cap, trying to discourage the bulk of the enemy fleet, who is trying to push in to the A cap. Fortunately, as I mentioned in my earlier video, this time I have a real good team that actually understands what they need to do. Play the objective on this map instead of just lemming training north through sea and then up to the north map border, which you usually see the team doing in this map. But this match, they have actually done their job. They have secured the B cap, and now they actually stay pretty close to the B cap and making sure that we keep that safe from the enemy. Meanwhile, me and this Benson, and also a guy called Loki, who I division up in, and this was actually something I talked about. Now I get my second kill on that enemy Cleveland. As I said, what I talked about in the last video, there's a really great new feature to the game called dynamic divisions. So I don't know this guy Loki, who I've been divisioned with this game. We actually met the game before this, and we were heading both to A cap on 2 brothers. So he actually invited me to his division, because we were heading towards the same cap. And of course I accepted. I thought it was a real great idea of him. So we played and pretty much demolished the team on that match, and then we stayed together in a division through until this game as well. So that was why I was in the settings menu in the beginning, because I tried to enable the voice chat for divisions. So unfortunately he didn't have a mic, so I couldn't hear him, but he could at least hear me. So we type a bit in division chat as well. So they have started to push in real aggressive into the A cap, so I had to bail, and the enemy Benson was the friendly based Benson was taken out as well. But I try to stay right outside, where I'm a bit safer than I was inside the cap, because I do want to delay the enemy team the cap as long as I possibly can, because the longer the enemy team wastes on trying to bully me out and tries to really conquer this A cap, the longer time the rest of my team, who is positioned beside B and also beside C, can use that time efficiently to try and secure B and C for our team. So this is a really good strategy to use. Just trying to pretty much make the enemy team waste as much time as possible. So I'm just resetting the cap on this enemy battleship. I throw away some torps, hoping that they may be successful. I have a friendly Hatsuharu pushing in, and I also have my division mate on the other side of the island, who also helps me reset this enemy Bayern. So we got a couple of fires on him, and he isn't really that efficient in capping. And also the Hatsu launches some torps at him. So I just thought that I wait a bit to see what will happen in this situation. We have a low health York. This was the guy that I started to engage when we took the cap. So it's time just to try and kill him off. And there he goes, and that's kill number 3. And we're up to 75,000 damage. Now we have an enemy Colorado who pushes around the flank. And the enemy has been successful in pushing in and taking the B cap. It seems like our friendly battleships are playing a bit passive, protecting the B cap, I should say. And then we also have 2 ships who currently are engaging some enemy ships up at sea, so it's hard to tell how this is gonna evolve. Now the enemy Bayern is still struggling to take the A cap from us, and as you can see we have weared him down pretty hard. He's a dead guy. And the Hatsu gets a kill. So I'm just waiting to see if the Colorado will start continuing pushing in to me. And that way I will try to get some nice torps off. But soon I will need to start moving towards the B cap, because we can't really let them keep 2 caps for this long. I'm trying to encourage the team to do something about this, since I am really far away. We have cruisers and battleships close to B, and also 2 cruisers very close to C. So I think they should be able to do something about this. because it's easy to forget that the enemy team has an advantage in caps, especially when the situation is as it now is now, where we have an advantage in ships and points. It's easy just to say, hey, fuck it, we don't need the caps, but then it's a sudden shift in the game, and maybe you're not so big advantage in ships anymore, and then you really need that cap, and then it's too late. Of course, the Colorado gets 2 great hits on my ship and takes off pretty much half my health. I wonder, I mean, I've been playing battleships a bit. That's not really my forte, but I do play now and then. And I can never get those nice juicy shots on a destroyer. But when I play as a destroyer captain, which I do pretty much on a daily basis, they're always, I mean, it doesn't matter which battleship it is, they can always get those nice juicy, like citadel pens on me, even though I don't have a citadel. Especially if I play like my Khabarovsk, my tier 10 Russian god. Then some stray bullet from a battleship hits and it takes like 70% of my health off or something. So I start to push towards the B cap, because even though we have an advantage, I really want to be on the safe side. It seems like the rest of the enemy ship is focused more around the north part of the map, north of B and C. So I will try and get some cover from my allies and just try and push. Now we see enemy Hatsuharu, who is sitting in the cap. Guessing trying to set up some kind of nice ambush for this Nagato. And we also have enemy Nagato north and also enemy Belfast. So that is 3 of the 4 enemy ships counted for. It looks like this Hatsu, yeah, he's gonna ground. He's gonna pull a Notzer. And that's never a good idea when you're in a destroyer. So I've been playing some German battleships lately. I've been trying to grind my Bismarck. And let me just tell you, I mean, I love that ship. It's something special about that battleship. It's just so strong. And the secondaries, I mean, it's totally sick. It's just amazing. Actually, one of my mates, we had a Bismarck division the other night, and we managed to sandwich Iowa in between us. And man, did that guy take a beating. I mean, not just that we pretty much citadeled him from both sides. Also, he had 2 Bismarck's secondaries just blasting away. I mean, that guy was burning from stem to stern, pretty much. It was just one of those great moments. So otherwise, I'm trying to get as far as I can on these new Japanese destroyer lines, just to have a chance to try out the new ships, see what their changes are, pretty much. So I managed to cap B and also take out the last Fubuki, so there is only a Nagato and a Belfast left. But they are pretty far away and I'm not really in the feel of hunting and running after someone, so I just thought, hey, It's always good to grind some nice free experience. I can take the sea cap as well, just to get some extra gravy. And now, as I said, I mean, I really appreciate that the friendly team didn't brain fart as they did in the last video I played on this map, because for some strange reason the friendly team, it doesn't matter if you're spawning on the north side or on the south side. If you're spawning on the north side, the bulk of the friendly team will go like the enemy team did in this round. They will go straight towards A. Now this round we pretty much just stopped their entire push, because we held A for so long, and we pretty much killed off everyone tried to push in. But if they don't run into a force like us, they will pretty much just go straight through A, and all the battleships will go through all those straight narrow channels around A, and they are pretty much acceptable to extreme destroyer assaults and ambushes. And if you spawn on our side, like we did this round, they will pretty much go straight for C, and all the battleships will steam through all these narrow channels that I go through right now. And I just don't get it. Why? Why would you ever do like this? But you see it every time. I mean, this game was an exception. So, as I mentioned in the last video, I will travel to London, England tomorrow morning, and me and my wife will have a nice holiday for 3 days in London, doing some Christmas shopping. I will of course take the opportunity to go and visit the HMS Belfast, which is a museum ship in the center of London. So that is some great times coming up. And come on, let me get my Kraken. Will I get it? Come on, give me the Kraken, baby. You know it. Give it to me. Yeah, there it goes. So, pretty good game. Not those epic torp attacks that I've done in this ship in other games, but still a pretty decent game. Kraken is always appreciated. Had 7 fires, 5 kills. Almost 100,000 damage, and I took 3 caps. So, made number 1 in the match, which is always nice. And Lord Loki had a great game as well in his Cleveland, and I really want to thank him very much for his support during this match. And please do join those dynamic divisions, guys. It's a really great new feature in the game. So, as a happy ending for you guys this time around, I thought I'd give you a short clip of a Shimakaze match that I played on Northern Lights. And it showcases pretty much my main strategy playing this map in a destroyer. I always try and go for the D and then C cap, because I really think that they have a great position with that small channel in between. Now in this match I actually go straight towards the C cap, which is a bit gutsy even for me, and I wouldn't recommend doing what I'm doing right here, because you do take a huge risk in taking a whole lot of damage before you reach the safety of this little island where you see on the right side here. So I would recommend you to go straight for the decap, and this is of course if you are in a destroyer. I'm not talking about battleships or something. Battleships should be in the center of the map, involved in the fight. But the destroyer's role is really to go and cap for the friendly team. And then you should head straight to D. Try and take that without any contest, and if you manage to do that and survive, you just head through this narrow little channel here, and then you sit by this little island on the safe side, so to speak, and then you cap the sea cap as well. But this time I did it in reverse order, but I was lucky and managed to pull it through either way. So this enemy destroyer really heads straight towards me. He went all in, and he got to pay the price, unfortunately. Donskoy trying to radar me. Rasky! You can suck it! So I'm just waiting out. Oh fuck. I should have never said that. So I'm just waiting out the cap here. Trying to stay away from that Donskoy. And the team seems to be doing pretty good actually. They gun assaulting both A and B cap. I'm working on C cap and will soon be heading towards the D cap as well. So I have a North Carolina backing me up a bit further back. Now the C is captured and I will head straight into D. So if you are usually playing a destroyer on this map, this is a really good tactic. But this does not include battleships. You don't see that so much often anymore, but in the beginning it was so many battleships who loved to sail up or down the D cap on this map, and they literally took themselves out of the game for like 8 or 10 minutes. And well, that was a fucking disaster. But are you a destroyer? Try and get the cruiser to follow you to D, cap D for your team, and then push C. This is really easy caps to cap and to also hold. So we have those two pesky cruisers, the Donskoy and also this Sao, pushing up, and I am a bit alone here. Don't have much backup, so I will have to try and take this cap and survive. Now we have North Carolina pushing up behind me. I try to shoot off my 3 sets of torps in a good pattern to try and discourage these two cruiser player a bit. But it doesn't look like they will be efficient, unfortunately. Well, the Sao actually ate 1 torp. So that was 20 something thousand damage. And that is always good. Now the North Carolina has pushed up. So now I feel a little bit more confident in contesting this cap with my teammates. So I engage my smoke here because I want the North Carolina to use my smoke and hide himself in, so he doesn't take too much damage from the cruisers. So I'm just hoping that he sees my message and reacts in time, so he doesn't push all the way through. Now I am taking a huge risk here because I have used my smoke and I will soon get detected, like right there. So now both these cruisers see me, but I don't think they see my battleship buddy because I smoked him up. So of course I am the main focus for two very deadly cruisers. And this is the price you pay for helping out teammates. But I'm just trying to kite away. The North Carolina gets a huge shot into this Donskoy, which should discourage him pretty good. And well, he will be an easy kill for us. And the Sow did look like he got very discouraged because he pretty much just bailed on his body. So I take out the Donskoy and the cap is safe. Now I just rewind 1 minute ahead because nothing really happened. And now we have this enemy Montana pushing up the sea cap. So I'm still in this channel, which is a real good tactical place to be close to as a destroyer on this map. And I'm just trying to look how this battleship captain will react. Is he gonna do some crazy Ivan moves, or is he gonna sail in a straight line? It doesn't look like he's doing that much of kiting, even though he's pushing up into a cap. I got one hit with a flood. I got my next set of torps. But it looks like the game is gonna end. Can I please get this nice kill? I got another flood. I'm not really sure if this got when he was still repairing. Oh man. Oh. I was kind of sure that I was gonna get that kill and that would have been pretty great, but it was a really short and efficient game. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment below. And subscribe for more upcoming content. I love you guys. Bye bye.